Okay, this seemed to be the easiest way to tell you the small things that'll make the meeting so much easier to do. When you click on the URL, you'll be asked whether to enter with your login or password or as a guest. You can just enter as a guest. I'll use Brooke to show you what that'll look like. So you enter your name, you click enter, you enter the room. You'll likely find me there already, currently represented by this large Norwegian dictionary. Now there are a couple of things that you need to do if you've never used AdobeConnect before. One of the most important ones is you go to this help thing and then you click on install AdobeConnect add-in. This works perfectly well for Mac and for Windows. That's why I asked if you're a Linux user, please let me know, because there is an issue there. Would you like to install it now? You click yes. What this does is a little thing that then relaunches the meeting room, and that'll give you much better audio, and it'll also give you great built-in echo cancellation, which means that, like I'm sitting here now, you can use this without wearing a headset. So that's the first thing that you need to do. After you've done that, the trick is run the audio setup wizard, which you'll find, okay, that was a bit quick, which you'll find under the meeting menu, and then audio setup wizard, then starts a wizard, and you can test and do all the things that you would expect. And it also makes it fairly easy to select a microphone. So you do that. The test silence bit is actually important. Okay, now I'm talking. It tests the level of silence, and that way it tweaks the level of echo cancellation and noise cancellation. What you could also see is that way you immediately give Flash the permissions to actually use your audio devices. Okay, and then you say finish, and that is it. Then you've tweaked the audio. And you can say, now, then you go to this little webcam icon and you say start my webcam. You need to click start sharing. And then the and of course my camera is currently being used by giving you a talking head in this podcast, duh. But you can see normally you would see your image here by clicking on the microphone symbol, and you see a microphone appearing next to your screen name. That's it. Then you have video, you have audio, you've tweaked the audio, you run it in the add-in, you're mostly set. There is one last thing to point out. You have a raise hand functionality. If you click on that, then you can see your hand is being raised. This is excellent if you really want to say something and there is an ongoing discussion. You can also just type it in the chat, of course. One last thing that I would like to point out is you have this in the right hand corner, you have this little thingy called connection status. Currently, if you click on that, mine says connection status excellent, and I'm about 16 milliseconds away from where the server is. What you'll see if you're on a bad wireless network, or you're sitting at home ADSL and there is jitter on the line, is that the latency will fluctuate a lot. If it fluctuates significantly more than half a second, then you're in trouble, and we need to scale down the room's bandwidth configuration. That's currently set to LAN. If any of you is on a fairly jittery link, or a link with fairly high latency, we need to scale that down. And that way the audio will improve. I've noticed that jitter of more than half a second simply leads to disrupted audio. So that's it. I'm not going to try to actually upload this whole podcast to YouTube, and I hope it didn't get too long.